So, guys, Capital One has been reporting credit card payments utilization either too early or too late or not accurate at all. And I don't know if this has anything to do with the Capital One and the Discover merger. Sometimes when those things happen, it could be an issue with reporting to the credit bureaus. But I noticed that there was a post in Reddit that I seen, and I also experienced this for myself with inaccurate reporting from one of my Capital One credit cards. So in today's video, we're going to talk about that. And in the comments, I need to know if anybody else has experienced this that has a Capital One credit card, because it seems like it's only been the credit cards. I haven't seen anything with auto loans or anything like that. I've only seen it with the credit card. So I want to know, have you seen any funny reporting? Are they reporting your account balances before your statement closing date, or either way after the statement have closed and you've already made a payment? This has been my experience. So let me know in the comments. I'm gonna go ahead and show you my data of where I've coming up with this information, including my own data, so that we can figure out, okay, what's going on with Capital One right now. So I'm gonna go ahead and pull up my first data on the screen where somebody posted this in the Reddit forums. And so it says, Capital One reported my balance way before my statement date and my score dropped. I'm devastated. I've been working so hard to improve my credit over the last year, and I honestly feel so discouraged right now. Normally, Capital One reports my balance after my statement date around the 24th of each month. My due date is the 18th, and last month, after my statement cut, they reported under 10% utilization, which is about normal for me. But this month, I just found out that on September the 7th and 12th, way before my September 24th statement date, they reported my balance to the credit bureaus. I usually run about 4,000 through this card every month, but I pay it down before the statement cuts. The limit is only 1,800. So when they reported early, it looked like I was maxed out and my score dropped by a lot. This card was at a 1,600 limit until about 6 months ago, when I requested a credit limit increase and got a $200 bump. Even though I've been putting thousands through it monthly and paying it off, that's the only increase they've given me. It's my only credit card right now, which makes this thing even more. Has anyone else had Capital One report outside of their normal schedule like this? Is there anything I can do? Or do I just have to wait until my next statement date to let it balance out? I feel like all my progress just got wiped away overnight. And so this is or his experience, and I'm going to show you my experience that just occurred to me. So let me pull that up on the screen. So I use the My FICO app to track all three of my credit scores, and I also use the free experience side. I also use Credit Karma, but I do pay for the My FICO app to get all three of my FICO scores, as well as my bank card scores, auto loan scores, mortgage scores. The My FICO app kind of tracks a whole lot more than what some of the other apps track. So I got this notification, and I want to say this was from my experience. It says dormant Capital One bank account is now active, which that's no surprise. I pulled out my Venture One Capital One card out of my sock drawer last month because I hadn't used it in a while. And I was like, well, this is one of my oldest credit cards. I've had it since 2015, when it was just a $300 limit, a Quicksilver card back in, I want to say 2014. And I have graduated it, and now it's at a $4,000 limit. I rarely use the card, but I do not want the card to close. So I pulled it out the side drawer, and I used it last month. And so when I got this notification that dormant Capital One bank card is now active, I really wasn't too alarmed. But then I saw this, and this is from the My FICO app. It says the balance on one of your accounts has increased by $79, October the 1st. No change to my credit score. And I was like, wait a minute. I clicked into it and I said, wait a minute, I had a balance on that Capital One card that was for $79, but I paid that back off. So why are they reporting that balance as of October the 1st for $79? Because I've already paid that off. That's not accurate. So I went back into my Capital One app just to be sure that I wasn't tripping, and I was correct. So, right. So this is my Venture One card. I did 2 purchases at Walmart, as I said, last month to get this card out of dormancy, and I paid it back off, $79 on the 16th. So not even a full month that I have that balance carry. I didn't really care about it reporting to the credit bureau. I just needed the card to become back active again. And so I'm like, okay, you know, let's I don't understand why it's reporting October the 1st. Because here is the part of my Capital One statement. So it isn't even due until the 4th. Let me show what my closing date is. My closing date is September the 9th. That's my closing date, September the 9th. And so there's my $79. There is my $4,000 credit limit. I have no previous balance, no payments, no credits, because I only did the $179 thing. And okay, it was on my closing is on the 9th. So if they reported it on the 9th or the 10th, that would have been fine, because hey, it's there, right? But they did not report it until the 1st. That's where the issue comes in. Because as I've already shown you all, I've paid it. So I did that one on the 8th. If it closed on the 9th, all right, and I've already paid it, right, and it wasn't even due. We saw that it wasn't even due until the 4th. Then why are they just reporting October the 1st? See, that's a problem, because that's not accurate as of October the 1st. It would have been accurate as of September the 9th when it should have reported, but that's not accurate as of October the 1st, because I do not have a balance on that card at all. Now, it's not a big deal to my credit score because I have really less than a 1% utilization across all my credit cards. So it's not going to hurt me, because this is just a dormant card that all my Capital One cards are in my sock drawer. I don't owe Capital One any money. I just do not want them to close because they're my oldest cards. If you're not new to my channel, then you already know my history with Capital One. I think they are really bad. If you are just starting out with credit, you do not want to do them first, because they will put you in a bucket and they'll treat you like crap, no matter how good your credit score is, right? And so this right here is the issue, guys, because this is not accurate reporting. This is not accurate reporting at all, because this it should not even be reporting at all right now. If it should have reported, it should have reported on the 9th. It should not have reported October the 1st. That's a problem. That's a major problem. And so a person like this, that is things like they are using their card to pay their bills, and as long as they're playing within the statement cycle, if they're playing within the statement cycle, then when you're going over your limit per se and you're paying it back off, you're doing it again, you're paying it back off, you're kind of playing with the statement cycle, it should not hurt them. But when it showed up and they reported off her statement cycle, that looks like she is super maxed out and probably tanked her score. She didn't say, he didn't say, I don't know if it's a he or a she. They did not say how much, but I know that it dropped them significantly if it looks like it's maxed out. Anything over 30%, and if you get to 100% or actually more, it's going to look really bad. Now, we know with credit utilization, your cards can fluctuate up and down, up and down, up and down when it comes to your credit score. But you do not want that to report as your highest utilization. You see what I'm saying? Because like on your credit report, there's a section on your credit report where your credit card is that says what your limit is and what your highest balance was. Like, what is the highest balance you've ever carried? And it should be the highest balance that was reported on your statement date, not on some mid-cycle whenever they feel like reporting date. And so now she's going to have that high limit, even though her limit is only 1,800, which to other lenders is going to look like she is risky, and it could cause other people not to do business with her. So if it were me, I would dispute that. I even have the right to dispute it because they said that I have a $79 balance on October 1st, and I don't. I paid it off on the 16th, whenever it was that I showed you guys. I've already paid that off. So they don't have a right to show that as accurate information. And then what's really funny, they haven't reported to TransUnion or Equifax at all. So this is only Experian that I'm dealing with. I don't know about this person that I saw on Reddit, but they have not reported at all, Equifax or Experian, on my credit reports. And I track all three, like I said, through the MyFICO, but I've only got notification through the Experian app and through the MyFICO for Experian about this actual charge and about this reporting. So this is really weird. And I did a video been a couple years ago, when a credit union, two credit unions that I was dealing with, when they merged, they made it look like I was late on my car payment, when in fact I had paid my car off. It was the complete opposite. And I had paid my car off like a year early. And so I had to get all that fixed. It tanked my credit score like almost 200 points, and it was really bad. And so I'm gonna link that video. So mergers can cause this type of thing. And hopefully Capital One make this right. If they get enough disputes, they will make it right, just like with that credit union when that merger took place. So guys, let me know in the comments if you have experienced this as a Capital One card holder, and we may need to all dispute in order for them to correct what they're doing. Now, I know you can always say, well, in the terms and conditions, they really can report your credit card usage at any time. But if they've never done it before and they haven't given you any type of warning or saying that they will do it, and I don't know, I've had these cards forever, so I haven't got any new terms and conditions since this merger. So I'm saying, whenever changes are going to take place like that, you should have updated information letting you know. Right? It's called Truth in Lending. They need to let you know whenever they're going to change your interest rate, whenever they're going to change due dates, whenever they're going to do anything that can impact your credit score. They are supposed to let you know. And so I haven't received anything. You guys, you let me know in the comments if you have experienced this and what is going on, with your thoughts and feels is. And yeah, this is really weird. This is really weird. So guys, again, if you're not a part of our free community here, it is on the school app, the Credit Ready program. Please make sure that you scan the QR code to be a part of the free community. We are currently in our October No Spend Challenge, and we also have our October Book of the Month. We are really getting our financial literacy on. I post something for us to do every single day, whether it is a poll, whether it's a group discussion question, whatever it is, to keep us active and keep us learning every day. So guys, make sure that you take advantage and get in there while it's free, and you'll be in there free for life. And when I do cut on the monetization in January, you will already be locked in. Again, guys, thank you so much. Let me know. Make sure if you're not already subscribed, if you like the video, you subscribe, you do all the things that help the channel out, and I will see you in the next video.